Welcome to another brand new podcast by yours truly, Mr. McDougall. I know it's just my voice, as sexy as it is. A picture, no video, because this is underground, baby. So, what I wanted to talk about today might have something to do again with the law of attraction. I wanted to talk about whether it is good to be an optimist or a pessimist or a realist and an idealist. Are they the same? I think not. I believe you do have to be positive as possible in life because when you're positive, you'll actually see a lot of opportunities that will come your way. When you're negative, you will shut yourself off from all those beautiful things. So you do need to be positive, no matter how hard it can be at certain times. Now, there's two types of being positive. You have an optimist. You have an optimist who's realistic, and then you have an optimist who is unrealistic. Now, what's the difference between the two? It's very easy. A realistic optimist is a person who is very positive, yet at the same time knows that the way to success is very rocky, and yet there will be a great reward and success will be waiting behind that rocky path at the end of it. An unrealistic optimist is a person who thinks positive as well. There's nothing wrong with that. But his greatest downfall lies in thinking that if you think positive enough, the universe is going to reward you. And that person will take very little to no action at all. You see, a realistic optimist plans out ahead, makes a whole roadmap for the rocky path. An unrealistic optimist just walks on the road, doesn't really look where he steps on, and just trusts his instincts, which is quite foolish. So it doesn't really help to be realistic in that way. Sure, you can believe, and you have to be positive, be optimistic, yet at the same time, think of some problems that may arise. So you'll be prepared for it so that when a situation like that arises, you'll be able to prevent it, or you might even solve it when it does happen. So this is the difference in between being a realistic optimist and an unrealistic optimist. So I guess sometimes it almost seems as if you have to be a bit negative, but that's not how I see it. The better way to see it is to be optimistic and yet at the same time prepare yourself. Prepare for all the things that might go differently and not as you had planned. That might be a better way to put it like that. So, yeah, it's very important to be positive, to be optimistic, be an optimist. And one more thing that might be very helpful is, especially when it comes to the law of attraction, visualizing is always good. Don't just think of whatever you want. Visualize your goal. Make a clear or have a clear vision of your goals. But do more than just making a vision. Also visualize the steps that you have to take to get to that one thing you want. This is much better than just visualizing, because you can keep visualizing and working. But if you work on very different things that have nothing to do with your goal, then you'll never get there. For instance, if you visualize of becoming the boss of your own company, then if you keep visualizing, and in the meantime you work so hard at the place or company you work for, nothing is going to change. You need to visualize the steps you will take to have your own company. What do you need to do? You need to move out, you need to make notes, you need to do some research. Visualize doing research. Visualize talking to successful people who have actually started their own company and became millionaires. Talk to those people, find out where they are, make steps, write it down, and visualize it. And when you go to sleep, you visualize yourself making those steps you have just noted down. And then you're actually going to put it in motion. So there you go. I hope this podcast has been of beneficial to you. And I hope you have gained a deeper level of listening, understanding, and a new perspective on life. I am looking forward to all of you becoming successful. This was your host, Mr. McDougall. I am out.